So our goal is to get them to choose life, but yet we tell them this is their decision. We provide unbiased information, and the decision is theirs to make with their family.
Welcome to Wisdom Beyond the Womb. I'm Tricia Harris with Tricia Harris Photography, and today I'm sitting down with Joann Kennedy from Essential Pregnancy Center. Hi, Joann. How are you today?
Hi, Tricia. I'm great. How are you?
Great. I'm glad you're here today to
Thanks
tell
for
us
having
about
me.
your exciting business and outreach support to people right here in our community.
Okay, so it's a ministry that we started, my husband and I did. I was on staff at a pregnancy center that closed its doors at COVID, so we started this during COVID. It was really bothering me where all these women were going because the pregnancy center had shut its doors. 5 months went by, and I was just brokenhearted, like, where are all these women going that needed to get pregnancy tests and ultrasounds? So I was really just on a walk one day, crying out to God, asking Him, where do you want me to go from here, God? Because you brought me back to this ministry. I had volunteered for 5 years, and then I was on staff for a year. And so I was sharing that with my husband, and he said, well, why don't we just start a pregnancy center? So that's how we started.
That's how you started.
Yeah.
And a lot of people may not understand what is a pregnancy center. What do you guys do? So can you briefly tell us?
Sure. Yeah. So we're a 501c3. We don't charge for any of our services. And what we do is we provide free pregnancy tests, free ultrasounds. We even have post-abortion healing classes for women who have had an abortion in their past. We have parenting classes that we do also.
Wonderful. That's great to have in this community. Yeah. Who would benefit from this? Is it anyone that wants a pregnancy test or somebody that's scared?
It's both, really. So we provide for either or. Pretty much we target the abortion-minded women because we want to try to educate them so that they know exactly what is happening. Like, we want them to know before they go and be educated well. And a lot of them, if they do have an ultrasound, 80% of them will change their mind after they see their baby on an ultrasound. So our goal is to get them to choose life, but yet we tell them this is their decision. We provide unbiased information, and the decision is theirs to make with their family.
That's amazing. You say you operate as a nonprofit. So how do you get your funding?
So we are a Christian ministry. All our clients get presented the gospel if they allow us to, and most of them do. And so all our funding comes from churches in the area and also from just individuals who are pro-life and want to support our ministry. That's how we keep our doors open. And
you said the ultrasound services are provided on site?
They are.
Do you have trained technicians?
We do. We have a registered diagnostic sonographer who specializes in OB, and then we also have about 5 RNs that are volunteers and staff members.
How late in someone's pregnancy have you typically seen women?
We usually only do first trimester sonograms, but occasionally they might not know how far along they are, so we will go ahead and give them an ultrasound so they can know for sure how far along they are.
Do they come to you by appointment? Do they just walk in?
Appointments. Usually appointments. We will take walk-ins if we have room, but we don't advertise that we take walk-ins.
Gotcha. How do you get your information into the hands of people in our community?
Well, it's pretty much word of mouth, and also through the churches that we speak at. My husband and I go and speak at churches and give our testimony, and so there's a lot of people hear our testimonies and they just pass the word on. So
a lot of times people will find out they're pregnant and they're scared and they don't know what to do. How are you providing hope and help to them?
So a lot of times they just need to come in and talk about it. So many people now have no one to listen to them. So we're there to listen to them and listen to their story, and to provide non-judgmental information for them and just to love them, really. And after we just tell them, take a deep breath. You know, this is something that you can do, and we help them and we lead them to all the community resources in the area, so that they can know what can be provided for them.
You mentioned community resources. What are some of those resources you then refer them out to?
So we have different ones. There's Love Inc. is one that we refer out to. Brevard Rescue Mission, although they're called New Life Mission now. I can always say their old name, but New Life Mission. And so that's a few. And then we also have, if a client is interested in placing for adoption, we have Abiding Love that will come and make an appointment with them. And they don't try to talk them into it. They just give them all the information that they need for that.
Great.
provide that.
Do people just usually have one visit with you or multiple visits?
It depends. Sometimes they'll come back for another ultrasound. We always offer them an extra ultrasound to come back with their partner so that if they haven't brought them the first time, we want them to be involved in that pregnancy also. So they do come back multiple times sometimes. Yeah. So our vision really is to move. We're in a small location right now. So we'd really like to move to a larger space where we can invite our clients to come for the parenting classes. Right now, we offer them that through texting, and it's a video that they watch, but they do accumulate points with that, and they're able to buy items for their baby with that.
And where do they buy these items?
We ship them to their house through Amazon.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, because we don't have room to store them, so
Okay,
yeah, that's
very
what we
cool.
do.
So with the parenting classes, what topics are you covering with that?
Oh, there's a whole list of multiple. It goes through the pregnancy, it goes through birth, it goes through all the parenting, and there's classes for dads too. So sometimes we tell the dads, and the dads want the classes, and we'll text them to them too.
Amazing.
So yeah,
Very cool. Tell me about your staff and volunteers. How are you staffing your location?
Yeah. So right now we just have 3 staff members. I'm a volunteer, and the rest are volunteers. So we have about 13 volunteers that come in.
Okay.
Yeah. So on a daily basis, they rotate. We usually have 2 or 3 that come in each day, Monday through Thursday. And they're our client advocates. They're the ones that take the clients and educate them on other options.
Now, are some of these volunteers medically trained?
Yes, they are. We have, I think we have about 5 RNs that are there so we always have medical. We always have somebody medical there every day that we're open. Yeah.
Wonderful. What is your overall mission with this vision?
Our vision is to be known as a place that changed my life for Christ. So we want to change women's lives. So these women that come to us are usually broken. They've had multiple partners. Sometimes they don't even know who the baby belongs to. So we really want to get to the bottom of that with them. They're in a crisis when they come to us. And so we address that initially, but we also would love to see them change their lives.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you for being in the community. How do we find you? Where is this
Google.
located?
Just Google us. We pay a lot of money. We pay a lot of money to get our Google search up there. So pretty much that's how we ask, and I keep stats on that too. But they do usually find us through Google. Yeah.
Where's the center currently located? In what town?
It is in Bayside Lakes, and that's in Palm Bay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
So, yeah.
Thank you. And Joann, we always talk about the stories that touch our lives and that carry us through. Is there one particular story that resonates with you?
Right now, off the top of my head, I think there's a one that you had actually photographed.
Oh.
So she came back today with her little girl, and but initially she came back probably 2 years ago, and she had been abortion-minded when she came to us, and we educated her, gave her ultrasound, and she left us abortion-minded. So that always, we just, we don't know. Sometimes we don't know the results, but we do try to contact them when their due date is about 2 weeks after their due date to get the outcome of their pregnancies. But she walked through our door. She was 5 months pregnant, and she said, "I wanted you to know that I'm pregnant." And, so she chose life for her child. So now she has 2 children. But
Amazing.
That's a great story.
How often do they bring the babies back for you to see?
Well, we give them a gift when they come back. So we fill a bag with a lot of baby items, and so we just tell them to come back. So probably not as much as we would like them to, but they do come back.
Now, maybe I'm not pregnant and I don't need your services. How can I help?
Well, of course, the number one thing is money. We always need money. I'm not shy to say that because that's the truth. But yeah, and right now, since we're such a small facility, we don't really have the opportunity to have volunteers in to do things. But like right now, we're having our baby bottle campaign, so we're getting ready to distribute bottles out to all the churches that are willing to do that. And so that's something that maybe a volunteer could help out with and things like that. And we also give all of our clients, we give them a gift bag when they leave. So something like that, like packing those gift bags or just buying the items to put in the bags and assembling them and bringing them into us.
Wonderful.
Assembling.
I've had many clients say they couldn't get into their own doctor till maybe 8, 9, 10 weeks, but they just are eager to know if they're pregnant. Are they able to come to your office?
We get a lot of that, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. We do, and right now we're getting busier though. So we target those abortion-minded women, and so we can't fill up our schedule with a lot of ultrasounds for women that intend to carry. So we're kind of trying to have to shift our gears a little bit. And I don't know if you're aware, but the heartbeat bill May 1st starts the heartbeat bill. So it means that women can't have an abortion if they're over 6 weeks. Right now it's 15 weeks. So yeah. It kind of changes things for us. So right now we're kind of in that mode of trying to figure out how we're going to handle that.
Right. And how to get to them sooner.
Yeah, right. So we do have a nurse on our website, and they can chat with her. And that's always a great thing, because if it's in the middle of the night, they can make an appointment.
Wonderful. Joann, thank you so much for speaking here today.
Oh, thanks for having me. Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to share that we haven't
I just want to thank you for your services. You've been a support for our ministry by giving us the free cards for our client to come back to you and get photographs. And that's an awesome gift to give to someone who is unable to afford something that's so beautiful as that.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.